Yeah, this is nice, isn't it? Up and down.
Why are you doing
They should
that?
sell tickets to people so they can come for a ride. These berserkers have no idea how to make a profit.
So, what happened? Are you on your way down to join the damned? Or have you just come to see where... Come on. You won't get to use the elevator until you...
What?
What elevator? The enormous wheel over there. The winch down...
What do you do here?
You watch your mouth. I'm the sole sentinel here. I do the... more the guarding than repairing right now. The elevator is bust and no one showed me how to fix it. So unless you know anything about winches, you can't get down there. Do you know anything about winches?
Enough to know it can't be complicated to fix.
What makes you think that?
It's a winch. Rope, wheel, up and down. What's so complicated about that?
It's a water winch. It needs water. And gears. It's complicated stuff. Fixing this elevator is really complicated, seeing as one of the gears is missing. So unless you've got a portable smelter and forge to make a new one...
That depends.
Yeah?
Have you got a spare?
Spare part? Spare part? Now, why didn't...
It's your job. Why don't you go and...
Because my job has two parts, right? Guarding and repairing. If I go off looking for things, then I won't be...
How long?
Since the other night. It's gone.
It was Even though you are...
It could be that I left my post for a short...
So, you weren't guarding the...
Clever, yeah, very clever. Look, the part's gone and that's it. Now I'm back at my post and, you know, maybe someone took the gear from...
I've heard... Can you help me?
Let me think. You won't find anything...
So?
Say, I don't want it...
Have you ever...
Damned, yeah. Sort of the important part of Valley of the... That place is for the... I don't ever want to see...
Does anyone have...
The law is... You have to be an idiot. And our warlords are smart. Really smart. They can see when someone is a threat to Goliath. I do guard... Besides, most of them down there are too busy dodging...
How many egg...
I don't know. There used to be guards that went down there to check on them, but they don't... Not since the recent out. Now, nobody is keeping record of how many have died or how many are still working where they were told to, so... But it's their fault. They shouldn't have... Go and bother someone else. What are you doing?
Go and find a trader. They'll talk to you. There's hardly anything usable in most of these ruins. They've been picked clean.
Stay.
Yeah, sure.
Is it?
What the fuck?
Hey, you, what are you doing? You crash around like that, you'll scare off anything you can eat and attract everything that wants...
I don't know these.
That's as plain as a... You'd better learn. You're scaring away the... It's hard enough bringing in the food I have to, without some big... Still, seeing as you aren't a natural hunter, maybe it...
You're a...
Yeah, I found... This is where I belong, with Nate.
Why not?
Too much talking, too much... But you...
What are you?
Whatever I find.
A berserker?
The forest is a dangerous place.
The berserker who was murdered was called
Asgore? That ass? Yeah, I kept out of his... He kissed Ragnar's ass and treated everyone else like...
Sociable.
Sociable just means happy to talk.
When were you left?
I don't know. This is the best area for hunting, and all Goliath cares about is me filling my quota. As long as I send them meat...
Do you always hunt?
A bow? Traps? You should always try and... I'm here to feed berserkers.
You didn't like...
I didn't put myself in a position...
Sounds like you had a...
I think most people are assholes. What's with all these questions?
I'm questioning anyone I meet out here.
If you want an alibi for me, you'll have to go out there and speak to the...
Is that your only out?
I'm a hunter.
Do you want to...
Nothing wrong with... Let other people... I want to... It's bad enough they send me...
You don't like apprentices?
Apprentices want to be hunters. I get people who don't want to be anything else, so get...
You don't think they just...
Sending them here just gives them a chance... Live day to day, having to hit your quota of meat while you train... I went hunting with Leonard a few days ago. He was so clumsy, he brought a whole pack. We got home here with no meat, and all of those damn raptors followed... I'm not doing that.
You should take...
Hot raptors are long. What's the point? Me? I'm gonna have to wait those raptors out. And Goliath will get...
About... Why don't...
I've had one apprentice. I don't need another. And that's what... I don't...
I can take...
Then can you leave your belongings here? That will be easier than collect...
No rap.
They've been moving, but it looks like they're to the west of here for now.
Teach me.
Sure.
Yeah, good job.
Teach.
Sure.
What do you... Who are you?
I am Leonard. Berserker? At least I will be if Master...
You're
Do you have...
I'm learning.
Master Garen says that life begins when the bow comes... And you'll become dead if you can't learn to make your... That's the most he says. Maybe you...
You don't...
We have... But last time we went out, I made... He let me...
You dropped.
I know. Then it was too late. We had to run.
You
Yes, I read...
So?
Garen... Master Garen won't let me have one. He says I have to make one. He's not taught me how to make one. How can I hunt... Make a new one?
You must be. Didn't Garon tell you anything?
He pointed at some trees he said were good.
Then where...
Getting all that stuff without getting... Please, I can...
Where did...
Everything happened so fast. In any case, it was to the north. By the cliffs below, under Goliath.
That's a lot of ground to search.
Yeah, but at least the raptors have moved on. They followed us, so they're not around there anymore. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know.
I will find...
If you do that, and I will also give you a few shards in addition to my portion from the hunt. Oh, and this... I don't want... He'll... But...
I've scored some decent loot from these ruins, but you have to search for stuff. Yeah, that's a ruin, all right. So, that creature's down to me, is it?
Put the weapon down. Go for it!
So, that creature's down to me, is it? I'll do it. Comet hardly left anything standing. So, that creature's down to me, is it?
Is everything okay?
I don't...
About the raptors. Those raptors are dead meat.
We can get back to hunting again now. Well, I take my words back. You have proved yourself. Maybe I have grown too cynical in my time out here. I certainly didn't expect you to survive, let alone kill those raptors.
Is that all you want from life?
What else is there? Hunting?
What is that?
Beer. I can't remember. Beer is the...
Here, you can have this one.
You'd give me a beer? What's the catch?
No catch. You'll
I did underestimate you.
teach me something.
Sure.
Hey, that was great. There's hardly anything usable in most of these ruins. They've been picked clean. I think we had better be careful here. The Berserkers reckon they can change the whole world with these things?
Ooh, who are you? What are you doing here?
You seem to...
Yeah, normally the only...
Are you responsible for...
That's what you care about? The world heart? What about the men sent with it? If we wither, it does too. Goliath should care as much about us as they care about that plant. But yes, what are we next to a world heart? Ants in history. Here we are standing by the future of Magellan, the very thing given to us in Magellan's hour of need. Maybe that's what Bourne meant. He told me being a cultivator was about learning who you are. Out here, isolated with this thing to care about, I've certainly gained perspective.
What is a cultivator?
Well, we're farmers, in the main. We grow the crops for Goliath, and we tend to the seedlings and the world hearts. The warriors act like they're the big guys, but really, they're here to protect us. Warriors might get the glory, but it's us cultivators who are changing the world.
Changing the world? You just put plants in dirt.
Yeah, say that next time you eat stew or need a healing plant. Anyone can stick a sword in someone, but farming, growing, cultivating, bringing life? That takes skill. I got sent here as punishment 5 years ago.
Punished? And you say you enjoy doing this?
Yeah, masochist, aren't I? Beer, women, and fights were all that used to matter. Now, I get a kick from seeing just a few seedlings a season make it all the way to mature. I can take pride.
How safe is the world's heart here?
You mean with the Albs scouting out Goliath? They don't seem to register it. The World Heart mustn't be their mission, or they don't know about it. He'd kill me fast enough, though. That is, if the animals didn't get me first. Or, still.
Anything?
Yeah. Can you tell him about the World Heart? That it's okay? He should know we're still working, even though the patrols aren't coming to check. But if you're offering to help, I've not had any... Can you get them to...
Where do you get your supplies?
Directly from Goliath, normally. Sometimes, but you...
Why have the
The Alb attacks. The warlords have put all the warriors on... We're supposed to be self-sufficient out here. But with more Alb attacks and...
Why plant the world's heart out here where it's in danger?
You don't understand much about our ways, do you?
So tell me.
We're changing the world with them. Wherever you plant a world heart, it extracts the Elex from the ground, pulls the poison out of the soil. It makes the soil come back to life. Lets Magellan's nature return to it. So whenever we plant a world heart, life follows. The more we plant, the more of Magellan is restored. We have to plant them in places like this because it's where they make a difference. All this around us, is because of the world heart.
So where do the world hearts come from?
I don't know. They found the first ones, the first berserkers. They realized what it could do, that it fed on Elex rather than dying from it, so they started cultivating them.
What do you mean the Albs don't register the world heart?
They don't come here. They bypass it, keeping their distance. You'd think they'd come straight for it, huh? It's eating Elex, and they sort of want all the Elex, don't they? Maybe they don't like the mana. The mutants here love it, but when they eat it, it makes them sick. Maybe the Albs can sense that, and they want to stay healthy.
I will ask about your food supplies.
Thank you. Cinda is probably the best person to ask. She's fierce. I mean, ball-shriveling fierce. But I'm not asking just the usual supply run. Or just, well, anything.
Awesome.
Please, I can't... Listen, it grows everywhere, but we've just not had...
4.
Yes. Say, let's round it up. It would save you a trip.
Tell me, what do you know about Ascor's murder?
Nothing, really. I don't hear much from Goliath out here.
So, you were here when he was killed?
Probably. I haven't been anywhere else in months. I only go back for supplies or to transport seedlings. When was Ascor killed?
3 months ago, around Mana's Eve.
Oh, then I was back in Goliath sometime around then. I've lost track, to be honest, but whenever it was, I didn't see anything.
How well do you know Ascor?
Not at all. I mean, I knew of him, people talked about him, but I don't think I ever said more than hello to him, and he ignored me. But, you know, people can be like that.
Do you know where they found Ascor's body?
I'm guessing somewhere in the forest, or why ask me, right?
Did you hear anything else about Ascor?
Well, I'm wondering why you're not asking me about the seedling that disappeared the same night Ascor was murdered. No one seems to be asking about it, and from what I heard, it wasn't just a seedling, it was one close to maturity. I heard it was being sent to a cultivator in the hope it could go on to Tavar or somewhere as a new world heart. But it never arrived.
Do you carry a sword?
Of course. It's dangerous out here.
You work here on your own?
Most of the time. That's part of the punishment. It didn't used to be as lonely. They'd send patrols out to check on us. But since the Albs started attacking, we've been left on our own out here. Yeah, I guess we're not a priority.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Me? Of course I didn't.
You really don't think you have a motive?
You mean the seedling he had? I'm a cultivator. I look after a world heart. I want to know what happened to the seedling he had. Why aren't you investigating where it went?
You're out here with a sword, and no witnesses.
If I tried to attack a warrior with a sword, chances are you'd be planting me in the ground. Not now.
Yeah, not now, all right?
Not now.
Not now.
Can we get the fuck out of here?
Is everything okay?
I don't...
You've done well getting here alive.
Are you a sentry here?
Yes. My name is Thorgal. Just stay clear of the World Heart while you're here, then we'll get along fine. There won't be any shit, okay?
No problem. We'll stay well away from the giant plant, won't we?
Good. Do that.
Yeah, we will. Plenty better things to do than mess with giant plants.
Anything happening around here that I should know about?
I don't know. We don't have the manpower to patrol outside the palisade. It's pretty dangerous out there. You'll need to keep an eye open. There are plenty of ambush sites.
What are you doing here?
Take a wild guess. The large plant should give you a clue. We spent a lot of blood protecting this World Heart. Lives of the present to build a future for us all.
Your post seems undermanned.
Ragnar sent the men we could spare. I sent some of them with one of our cultivators to a farm near the domed city. We thought they would be able to drum up some supplies for us. But instead, they've disappeared. It can't be good that they aren't back yet. It's bad enough that the group is missing, but Rock, our cultivator, is gone too. I really need Rock to help me look after the World Heart. He's the expert.
I can look for this missing cultivator.
You would? That would be helpful. But be careful. There has to be a reason why he hasn't returned yet, and you might just walk into it. The farm Rock went to is below the domed city. You should look for him there.
Ascor is dead.
Dead? What the hell happened to him?
He was murdered.
Damn. I knew it. He was just too ambitious.
Can you think of anyone who might have done it?
Me? No. Well, not specifically. He's ambitious, or was ambitious. He always wanted to become a paladin. Last I heard, he was due to be tested by Ragnar along with some other candidates. Passing that test was all he ever wanted.
So, what do you think got him murdered?
I don't know. Ascor was a good man. Well, he was to me. But he could wind people up. Maybe he got the wrong person pissed with him. Maybe someone else was as ambitious as him.
You knew Ascor well?
Yeah, I asked if he could come out here on this assignment. But he stayed back in Goliath so he could take the warrior test.
When did you last see Ascor?
Just over 3 months ago. Not long before I came out here.
How long have you been away from Goliath?
Just over 3 months. Since then, I've been here, trying to survive in the beautiful highlands of Abessa. Trying to manage an outpost with too few people and too few supplies.
And you have witnesses to your whereabouts?
Yeah. More if we can find that missing supply team. This camp by the World Heart is where I've been, and this is where I'll stay until the warlords order me back.
You must be good with a sword to have got posted out here.
Not good enough to hit someone in Edan from here, if that's what you mean.
It's obvious you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, I hope you'll find who did.
I think Ragnar must just have wanted you eliminated from suspicion.
He said to question me?
Yes, Duras told me.
Duras? Well, he's a man who stands by his duty. I hope...
I'm working.
Look into whoever might have been a rival for Ascor. That's my advice. Keep your eyes peeled.
Not now.
I'll do it. What?
Watch that thing. It's coming for us.
So, that creature's down to me, is it? So, that creature's down to me, is it? So, that creature's down to me, is it?
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Needs a key.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, not now, all right?
No, I can't talk to you right now.
You must be here to top up on your food. Well, we can find something. Food is one thing.
Sure, I'll do.
Well, I'll do you a deal.
What do you...
Take a...
What's new from the south?
You mean Idan?
No, I'm talking about the real south, the deserts of Tavar.
Why are you interested in Tavar?
I'm sick of the shit here. Berserkers, clerics, fuck them all. It's all laws, commandments, rules, it's bullshit, all of it. Fuck rules, fuck laws, fuck the berserkers. The outlaws in the desert are the only truth. Freedom, profit, no bullshit.
You want to be an outlaw?
Yeah, absolutely. They know how to live freely. I've done nothing but work, follow orders, dig shit, and for what? To have people try and kill me for things I don't even believe in. Fuck them. I want to see the world. Instead, I'm stuck here.
Then why don't you go to Tavar?
I don't have the stores I need to get there, or the shards. But I know I could earn what I need. If I could just get the supplies I need to make it there.
I will get you.
Thank you. I need dried meat, you know, ration packs. And I'll need water and some sort of a weapon. The water and the meat, well, there should be a number of places. As for the weapon, well, there's a farm above here. There are some outlaws there that have taken the place over. They're bound to have a weapon that will let me fit in when I get to Tavar.
About the How much water do you...
8 full bottles, but...
How much dry...
I think a half... That won't weigh me down too much. I'd take less, but I'm not likely to find any food.
Can I sell you?
No. I want to get a weapon from those outlaws. So, can you get me something from that farm? And...
If you want...
You can have every shard I've... Get me the supply. I hope we have...
Thorgal wants you to return to the World Heart.
I bet he does, but he can go fuck himself. I'm not going back. He can go and round up a few ass-kissing, law-abiding fellows from Goliath to do his dirty work. I don't want anything to do with it, Dan. I'm going to Tavar.
What happened to the escort that was taking you to the World Heart?
Let me give you a clue. A lot of claws, a lot of teeth, a lot of blood. I was only just able to get away from them. Those warriors are now rotting somewhere out there, or deep in the bellies of the beasts that attacked us. Their sacrifice saved my life, but it just goes to show, Goliath orders people to do stupid things and people die because of it. I want my freedom.
About the World Heart.
Yeah?
Do you want me to tell Thorgal you don't want to work for him anymore?
No. He'll figure that out when I'm long gone. Better for me that they don't know my plans until after I've gone.
The Berserker Ascor has been murdered.
Ascor? How did that happen?
Were you close to Goliath 3 months ago?
No, I was out in the forest gathering supplies before I traveled out to the World Heart. I've not been close to Goliath for a year. Once I had the supplies, I came straight out to Abessa. Wait, you don't think I was involved, do you?
Did you know Ascor?
Yeah, he was an arrogant asshole. He'd have done anything for promotion. It's his sort that make me want to say this. Fuck the Berserkers.
You don't seem happy as a cultivator. Did you ever think of seeking promotion?
Man, I would have to be able to read first. You can't exactly climb the career ladder if you can't read. Ascor could. That guy wanted to do everything to get promoted. He hated anyone else who could read, especially if they weren't born in Goliath.
Do you have proof of where you were 3 months ago?
I don't know. I don't keep a diary. Depends on the day and the orders. Sometimes I was digging shit alone, sometimes finding supplies alone, sometimes marching around and building stuff where they told me to. Those days I was with people. I just did whatever they said. I didn't want to be exiled to the valley.
What weapon do you use?
A sword. I hate it. That's another reason I want to join the outlaws. I've got myself a gun, but I want some real weapons.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Shit, what? You thought I did that? No way, I wouldn't have risked that, even though he was an asshole.
As you say. About the World Heart.
Yeah?
I wish my brother could see the dome here. He always loved this sort of stuff.
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
You seem like a reasonable guy. How about we come to some sort of arrangement?
Where can I get an entry ID?
You can't. We're full. We're short of supplies. So the decision has come down to close the gates. The full allocation of entry IDs has been given out, and we have instructions not to let anyone else in. Those outlaws have us stretched enough as it is. I'm not saying you're working with them, but until law and order is reestablished, we can't risk any more undesirables joining up with them. You'll have to wait till all this is over and done with. Say, there's a bunch of others who can't get in who've taken up residence in some houses near here. Why don't you join up with them?
Have there been any Alb attacks here recently?
With Zakor on our northern border, there are always Alb troops coming through on their way somewhere, but they don't seem to be attacking us here for the moment.
But have you heard anything about Alexiters traveling through Abessa?
Yeah, I have now that you mention it. Alexiter Calyx was reported to have headed north with a few combat units and a troop of mechs.
Alexiter Calyx, so he's been promoted. Tell me, how long ago did Alexiter Calyx head north?
A few days ago. It must be back at the Ice Palace in Zakor by now. What's with the interest in Alexiters? You go chasing them, you'll just find trouble. And I don't want them tracing that trouble back here.
I'm asking so I can avoid them.
Don't treat me like a rookie. You sound like someone who wants a showdown. So let me give you a warning. That approach is gonna get you and...
This teleporter is active. It appears to be connected to another near the Hort in Ignadon. Is everything okay?
I've scored some decent loot from these ruins, but you have to search for stuff.
Nah.
Not now.
I don't know the guy. Suppose I never will now.
Are you completely sure? I mean, yeah, what the fuck?
Not now.
Yeah? Not now.
Welcome to the camp of the impure, where the poor souls barred from the city stand and wait for the Alps to kill them.
What do you want here?
We don't want anything here. We want to be in there, in the city, as the law says we can, as the law says we should be. Those clerics are supposed to uphold the law, yet here we are. The gate's closed to us.
Well, if it ain't Hunter, the Duke's been asking after you.
The Duke knows where I am, and you can fuck off.
I want to get into the city. Can you get me in?
Have you tried to get in yet?
Yes, I went to the gate.
And? You got turned away, right?
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay. I can offer you a way to get into the city, but it's risky because you might not get out again. At least not if they confiscate your ID.
Why won't I be able to get out?
All right. I just hope things don't go the same way they did with Cooper. The clerics have shut the city up tight. They won't let anyone who doesn't have a valid ID through the gate. Not in, not out.
Why would the clerics stop people leaving the city?
They're stopping them meeting up with us. That's what I heard. Paranoid assholes. Anyway, we're off the point. You want in, right? And I can give you a counterfeit ID that will get you in. But, once you're inside there, I need you to go and take an ID card to Cooper. That way he can come back out again. Like I say, I can get you in, but I also need you to help me out. You good with that? Does that sound like a deal?
Deal. Give me the ID.
Good. Right. You see, Wick has all the blank. So before I can get you an ID, I need you to get me Wick.
Where is Wick?
Well, that there is a good question. You see, he's been gone for a while. He'd gone over to the ruins to see if there was anything worth... You should look for him over to the northwest if you're in a hurry to get... Just look through all the houses. He should still be there.
Are there any?
Out here.
Don't you trade?
If there's profit in it, I'll buy and sell anything. What is it you're looking for?
Just show me what you're willing to.
All right.
I'm looking to buy a weapon.
Sure. If you have the...
Here. I'll take it.
Shards to me, and to you, your key.
What am I supposed to do with this?
You open the crate in the shack over there with it. I don't lug all my merchandise around with me. Go on. Go and get it. You won't be disappointed.
I'll see you later, all right?
The fight is the only thing that matters. That makes a real man.
Not now.
I am going, all right?
He's a key. About this... Here's a grenade.
Yeah. That is exactly the thing I had in mind. Anyone making trouble with me now will regret it.
We're doing great.
That isn't enough.
I'll help. Yeah.
About the supplies you need. Here's...
That is...
We're doing great. Oh, fuck. I suppose I'll have to deal with this one.
Weapon down, got it? You asked for it.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, fuck. I suppose I'll have to deal with this one.
Watch that, whatever it is.
Put that weapon away before I have to make you.
Fight that beast.
So.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Fight that beast.
So, that creature's down to me, is it? So, that creature's down to me, is it?
Weapon down. You asked for it. I'm right behind you.
Oh, fuck. I suppose I'll have to deal with this one. What the fuck?
Here I am.
So, that creature's down to me, is it? So, that creature's down to me, is it?
Watch that thing. It's coming for us.
I'll take care of this one. Oh, fuck. I suppose I'll have to deal with this one. So, that creature's down to me, is it? So, that creature's down to me, is it?
Is everything okay? Is everything okay with him?
I don't know. What the fuck? So, that creature's down to me, is it?
I need a minute.
That didn't work. That didn't work.
So, that creature's down to me, is it?
That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work.
I'll take care of this one. So, that creature's down to me, is it? I'll do it. Yeah, so me and you then.
I'm in. Is everything okay?
I don't... It's been a while. Maybe no one will recognize me.
About Ascor's murder. Thorgal wasn't anywhere near Goliad at the time of the murder, and he has witnesses to prove it.
Yeah, he's also too skilled a fighter to have left Ascor such a bloody mess. So, he's out as a suspect.
Garen just wants to hunt. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he killed him. Besides, if he had killed Ascor, he'd have used his bow, not a sword.
Yeah, all Garen wants is to hunt. He'd have no motive for this.
It's not conclusive, but I don't think it was him.
I agree. I don't think it was him either. Let's take him off the list.
Eardor didn't have time to commit a murder. He's tending to the World Heart and looking after supplies. Besides, he's just too weak to have killed Ascor in the way you described.
Yes, I agree. I don't think Eardor was capable of this. That's one less suspect for us.
Rock wasn't anywhere near Goliad when the murder was committed. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he could have done it. I'd say he didn't kill Ascor.
I didn't think he would have the opportunity, but Ragnar insisted I look into him.
You recently became a warrior.
Yes, but trust me, I'm happier with my job collecting waif. I think I'm making more of a difference doing what I
don't think Baron did. Ascor was his friend, and Baron just wants to be left alone. I don't see why he'd murder anyone.
All right. Even though he knew Ascor better than... Frankly, I only think Ragnar wanted Baron questioned in case he had seen anything. It looks like he didn't. Let's take him off the list for now.
You were right. The investigation was a waste of time. All of his suspects are innocent.
It's Ragnar we'll have to convince. He is certain one of them did it. He's not often wrong.
Then who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Then tell Ragnar that.
What about Baron? He didn't have a proper alibi, did he?
I could use...
Then you...
Think you can keep up with me? I mean, I use a jetpack sometimes.
I know. I have one that I haven't taken to the pit yet.
Can you use it, though? You are a berserker.
Yeah, sometimes rules can be bent. I'll deal with any trouble.
Then let's go. There's an abandoned camp in some ruins to the west.
You leave. The berserkers have held the Alps back with bravery and magic.
There was no one there to say he was at his post, and of all...
Then it must be him. The others all have alibis, and Baron knew Ascor better than the others.
I thought you said Ragnar only included Baron in case he saw something.
Ragnar wants answers. He's insisting the murderer is found. You've questioned everyone, and Baron's the only one without... Do you know where Baron...
I found him in the forest, but he said he takes time off to go to the lift into the Valley of the Damned.
Then we should go there and see what we find. You want me to come?
Why would Baron talk about that?
Since when have criminals been clever? Who knows? But we don't have any evidence so far, so it feels like we... What other leads do we have? Look.
Alright, what is it?
We won't... Have a look around, bring me...
What do you...
Bring anything you find to me without disturbing it. Whatever you find, we should take it to Ragnar.
Then you know...
No, I just...
Right.
Just trust...
Come with...
You've already got...
Yeah, good job.
You should go to the camp in Idan.
Of course.
Follow.
All right.
I brought...
Yeah?
I went to the...
Good.
The fort is well prepared for defense. They're not lacking weapons.
And their state of mind?
They have similar numbers of people to you. It's true that they don't all agree, but their leader, the Duke, seems to have...
Then I will need to think again about Tavar. I was hoping that they...
Tavar is all. Thank you.
About my... How am I doing?
I hear you failed Angram's test. You helped protect the seedlings from mutants. Ornir told me that you failed to help him deal with an outlaw he was worried about. My wife seems to hold you in great favor. I have heard you uncovered a cleric and brought him to justice. That action carries a lot of weight. You did well. You helped foil the plot to steal Eric Eisenfaust's sword. For that, all berserkers must be grateful. You must do more if you want to fit in here. Earn those pledges, and you will earn my approval. You shouldn't rely on machines.
I'm sorry. Unless this is official business, you should move on.
Teach.
Sure. You know technology is forbidden by law here.
Teach me something.
Sure.
Teach me some.
Sure.
Better keep your technology out of sight or there'll be trouble.
Teach me some.
Yeah.
Teach.
Yes.
worried you're the person to talk.
About...
Yeah.
What? Right.
Of course he wouldn't.
Teach.
Yeah,
Did Angrim send you? Look, I don't know where he gets these ideas about me.
I'm not here from Angrim. I need to buy a laser weapon, the sort the clerics use. I got hold of one recently, but then Hakon spotted it and confiscated it. Do you know how I can get hold of another one? And if you can get me one, can you get me, say, 3?
Are you insane? I don't know this man. I've never met him.
Ah, incomer. It would be... Keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, stranger. I've no idea what you're talking about. Trade? Me? I'm a solid, honest berserker. I don't know who told you what, but get lost before you get me exiled or